Son, are you gay? No, Dad, I yelled Zito. It was hilarious. I don't see the humor in it. I swear to God, it was funny. So for the rest of the year, I had to convince my dad that we didn't need to go on this camping trip for him to make a man out of me. But he convinced me we went on this camping trip, and we're camping and the fire's dying down, and as the fire gets low, he's like, son, when you throw another log and the fire's dying down, I've been down and put a log on the fire, my dad jumps up, he's like, Zito! You never beat me anything you like, son, don't forget that. I got in trouble all the time in school. All my teachers hated me. My first grade teacher, Miss McKenzie, she was the biggest bitch ever. She fucking hated me. That bitch, she was a huge bitch. Have you ever seen her rob her for real? Like just take her purse. I'm serious, she was a bitch. She'd always like call me out in class. Like we'd be going over like syllables one time and she was like calling on all the students. She was like, Ashley, give me a 2-syllable word for an animal. And Ashley would be like, lion, very good, Ashley. Daniel, give me a 2-syllable word for an animal. And Daniel would be like, tiger, very good, Daniel. Then she'd see me in the background paying attention. Mr. Deans, give me a 5-syllable word for an animal. And I'd just be like, E elefante. E elefante, the Spanish for elephant, bitch. You know I won't listen to shit. I was excited about high school because I got my license. My parents promised me if I made good grades, they'd buy me a car. So I was really excited. I was like, fuck yeah, until I saw the car they got me. I was like, God damn. I'm driving this shit. Every time I go on dates, I'll ask my mom, could I borrow her car? She always give me that same mom answer. Well, sweetie, what's wrong with your car? Bitch, you tell me you bought it. Can at least be all the same color? Maybe even the same car parts. So my parents didn't even try. They just went to a junkyard, saw some strapping on the corner, was like, weld that shit up, throw some tires on it. Fucking assholes. My car was so shitty, every time I turned the wheel, the horn would beep. So I had to act like I knew everybody on every street corner. After a while, my friends started catching on. They was like, you know that old lady in the help around? Yeah, I know that bitch. She sells me $5. Then I went to college and graduated. That's all I'm here telling. College was fun though. I mean, you get to live with your friends and party all the time. Only bad thing, at least from like me and my friends, like we had all the essentials, but we never bought toilet paper. Only time we ever had toilet paper, we stole it for some shitty job we worked at. So we get them big industrial-sized toilet paper rolls. They're like spare tires, you can roll in them bitches in the hole. You got toilet paper for the next 2 years. The apocalypse comes, we'll still have TP. But that's never the case, it's the cheap shit, it's one ply. So by the time you get done wiping, it looks like you're flushing a bed sheet down that motherfucker. Like, this is not gonna make it. Getting tired of Facebook. Facebook's getting old. I'm ready for like the new technology, whatever that's gonna be. Like too many. Like my granddad is 81 years old, got a Facebook page. Motherfucker, for what? Who are you talking to? All your friends are dead. You don't need a Facebook page, you need a Ouija board. Like, what does he even have to say, right? Like, woke up this morning. Grandma likes this. Can't leave her ass to sleep, motherfucker. I mean, I forgot my next joke. My parents always asked me why I got into stand-up comedy. I was like, why are you doing this to our family? And I always tell them, because it's the only job I know where I get drunk at work and I get yelled at my boss, which I think is awesome. My last job actually fired me for it, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. I mean, heaven forbid you get drunk and deliver a few pizzas, you know? I mean, yeah, a few complaints, you know, there was a few slices missing, but I was drunk and hungry. I didn't have time to stop at the drive-thru because I'd be at your house in 30 minutes or less. I'm getting a tip. I'm risking a DUI to bring you a dinner, I don't even know you. Least you could do is give me a slice of pizza. I made a roadblock on the way home or something. I put my foot in my mouth the other day. Anybody ever done that shit? Like said something in front of somebody, you just like, oh shit. My girlfriend's roommate has 1.5 arms. And this is that story. We was home one day, like, me and my girlfriend watching a movie on the couch, and her roommate comes in, and she's talking about this dude she's been seeing, and how he's all wishy-washy and shit. And so I was trying to be a good dude and give her advice. So I was like, if you do this and this, he'll be down the palm of your hands. Hand. No, fuck. He'll be kissing your feet, bitch. You got both of those going. Shit. It gets worse. As we were watching this, she decides to sit down and watch this movie with us. And like halfway through the movie, the head bad guy like puts up a gun to this dude's head and he's like, if you want to live, you gotta chew all your fingers off. And I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, shit, you'd have to shoot me. I ain't trying to live with no fingers. So she nudges me real hard, and I realized why she's nudging me, so I was like, bitch, you wouldn't date me with no fingers. Who would date somebody with no fingers? That's disgusting. So I'm single now. Now I'm pro weed too, man. I think weed should be legal. Don't listen, it's jokes. I think weed should be legal just because alcohol is perfectly legal. It's way worse for you. Alcohol make you jump in your car, do 100 on the street, flip your car over, kill everybody in the road, make you race people with stoplights and don't even know you're racing them. You just pull aside somebody like, yo, why is he hollering at me? I just pulled off at a green light. They're all excited because you pulled off first. You're like, yeah, I won. It was like, chill, man, he was in a Prius. It's not that serious. But how bad of a wreck can you get into going 12 miles an hour stone with your friends, you know? You just riding and shit. Yo, we are flying. You think I should pull over, maybe sober up some? Boy's like, dude, we all pulled over. Oh, shit. Light that blunt back up, man. Another reason why I like weed is because it makes you think of shit you normally wouldn't think of. And one time, me and my buddies was outside smoking a blunt. I seen these two birds laying on a power line. I was like, you think birds talk to each other like we do, you know? And they'd be like, yo, party at Robin's Nest, bring some condoms, you don't want no eggs. And they'd fly. They go party all that night. Next day they be back on the same light pole, and I was like, man, you was right, man. I should have worn a condom. Robin says she's pregnant. I'm thinking about flying south and shit. This boy's like, fuck that, man. She was with a lot of birds last night. I don't think they're yours. You can wait. So he waits for the day to come and the eggs to hatch. And he's like, bitch, these are cardinals. I'm a blue jay. He was boy high five. I'm a single dad too. Like I learned early on. Like I got a little 6-year-old daughter, and I learned I can't get high on my kids as much as I like smoke weed because you learn the hard way. Like one day, me and my daughter outside, she came to me. She was like, "Daddy, let's play hide and go seek. I'm gonna hide, you count." I was like, "Cool," but instead of counting, I decided to smoke a bowl because I figured give her time to hide, make the game a little funner for me. But the problem was I got so high I forgot what the fuck I was outside for. I was like, God damn, it's hot. Go inside to get something to eat. Somebody say, oh, she ain't still out there. I'm like, who's gonna do this for 2 weeks? I already said like child protective services was outside. These are jokes, people. I'm not going to prison. Actually, I might be going to prison. I'm saying that. I'm actually on probation for being in jail, and I have a female probation officer, and she's fucking fine as hell. And the only bad thing about it is like, I gotta take drug tests for all the time, so she's always gotta like watch me pee. And I don't mean like peek over my shoulder, like to cut my dick and her in a huddle, like just calling plays. White guys, we don't always have the best dick day, you know? We're not always show worthy all the time. So every now and then, if I go in there, I just kind of give myself one of these real quick. Just to chub it up a little bit, you know? But one time time I got too overzealous. And I went in like a full-on rager, but I was still trying to play that shit off. I was saying shit like, it's cold in here, ain't it? This is how I always look. Because you can't be a hard criminal with a tiny dick. You can't do shit like that. You gotta look tough, trying to show up. I got asked to do a show from a comedian friend of mine for like next month, and I was like, man, I might be in prison by then. Because if y'all not understood, my life is complete fuck up, but I might be in prison by then. He was like, oh, for real? Well, call me back, man, on your court date. Let me know what the judge says. I don't think that's how prison works, bro. Like, Judge, I hear what you're saying, but I got some shit to take care of. Y'all gonna be here when I get back? Y'all gonna be here when I get back? The bailiff trying to get your man, Judge, get your man. Nah, but like I said, man, I got a daughter. I learned being a dad and all her toys away safe from the shit we had growing up. Like her swing set's totally made out of plastic and shit. She can fall down right into her. Remember that piece of shit swing set we had growing up? You couldn't even swing on it too hard without it raising up on you and then maybe you were crashing and shit. And Mom, stop pushing me. This is terrifying. Don't even get me started on that metal slide that was like 1,000 fucking degrees in the summertime. You couldn't even slide that bitch with shorts on because the skin from the back of your legs still at the top of the slide. Kids sliding down crying. Other kid at the bottom of the slide grilling their Lunchables and shit. She got little shit we didn't have. And she got wet naps. My daughter can get some shit on her face. I bought a wet nap, clean her face up. She's cleaner than when she started her day. We had that shit going on. What your mom do if you got something on your face? Lick a fucking napkin, rub that shit all around your mouth. Like, thanks, Mom. Now I gotta smell your stink ass.